Good morning, everyone. Kalimera.
Calimera!
I go by Legend, what everybody calls me normally with my alias. And today I'm gonna present Realms. So half of the people here already know how Realms is, who it is, and half the people here don't know. So I'm gonna show you what we do and how can you, from a student foundation also can use if you want to. So Realms in 15 minutes. I'll try to be in the time. Hope I'm not slow, I'm not fast enough, so let's see. So, Realms is a no-code DAO platform, so everybody, by now should have the DAO definition in their mind. So, what is a DAO? So, by its definition, it's a decentralized autonomous organization, so nobody owns it, everybody's part of it. And Realms, it's the home of DAOs, at least in Solana. And so far, we are proud enough to host 4,000 organizations, at least created. We also are safekeeping 500 million in our decentralized ledgers. Was a good panel in the beginning by Dean. And we have protocol integration, so DAOs, we provide also integrations with a couple protocols that if you wish to, let's say, invest with your treasury, with your ledger, if you want more access to exposure to some things, we also provide this type of offers. So who's using Realms and where all the money is coming from? So as you've heard about, we have Jito. Jito is one of the biggest DAOs on Solana and also one of the biggest treasuries on Solana. They're safekeeping more than I think 100 million or 200 million in Realms. So everybody who's part of Jito DAO has access to participate and ask something from the treasury. So if you meet the requirements, if you meet the rules, you're able to request part of the treasury. We have Bonk, as you guys might know, it's a meme protocol, which also expanded in some type of areas like sports. If you don't know, Bonk DAO is a sponsor, I think, for the Germany football club. What was the name? Dortmund. So yeah, they're also safekeeping their treasury in our decentralized ledger, so everybody is part of it. We have Metaplex. So Tony from the last presentation is part of Metaplex. They're also doing their DAO operations through Realms. We have Marinate, which is a liquid staking platform on Solana, which also keeping their operations, daily streaming, finances, incentives, etc., on Realms. So I'm going through it. Beef Network, which is Oracle, also safekeeping everything through Realms, being operations, treasury, programs, as you guys have heard about. If you want to upgrade programs in a decentralized way, Oracle, Beef Network does it that way. And for the last two, we have Orca and Island DAO. Island DAO, we have had a very extensive explanation. We also do everything through Realms. So yeah, as I said before, this Realms is not only for power users, not only for people who know blockchain. You as a student can also go to Realms now and check how the DAOs work. So if you go to the link there, V2, you can go to the export page and check every DAO and how they work, like their proposals, so how the system works. And it's, you don't need the wallet, you don't need anything, just internet connection and, just find out, fuck around, basically type of exploration. So, while exploring a real DAO, you are gonna go through 4 things mostly, which is proposals, how they work, the treasury, and the members. So that's the main 4 things you can expect from a network state as well. It's who are the members, where are they from, how much power they have in this DAO, how the operations go. Like you can be a network state but be broke, so 0 money, but maybe your purpose is to do something different. You can also be a DAO with a lot of treasury. So your purpose, it's coming from revenue. Maybe you're doing some sales off-chain, on-chain. So it's there are different purposes, but these are the main 4 things you can expect from DAOs and network state. What you're gonna find. I'm going to go through them a little bit. I'm not going to be too much in depth. I'm going to explain as much easy how you can see all of this very transparent way, and how probably the blockchain club also can use Realms, if they for their operations. And let's say you want to pay also some people. So let's take IslandDAO for example. This is the UI you're gonna get when you stumble upon Realms. So you're gonna find a DAO, let's say, and we selected IslandDAO for this example. So what you notice here is the governance power in the top right corner. You're going to see the treasury balance on bottom right corner, and you can see a navigation bar and a lot of things. So we can see proposals, what the IslandDAO has been proposing. So the last proposal was an amendment to the IslandDAO operating agreement. So this is how DAOs make proposals. They take what was needed, like for example, title. They fill the proposal, and they vote on it. You're gonna see also 3 metrics, which is the quorum, because every proposal needs to be agreed together. If not, they're gonna fail the proposal. So you can see also the proposal below, it failed to pass. So not every DAO member was either aware of the proposal or they were not agreeing with the proposal, which happened. And this is the major UI. You can see, like, if the blockchain club, for example, had also an UI like this, you can see the proposals. Let's say, let's pay a blockchain member for his activities or a workshop for this activity. Also, the blockchain club will also have a treasury. For example, all the university funds that are allocated to the blockchain club can be transparent, and everybody can check on the chain what has been used for. So I'm going to show another piece of the treasury, our decentralized ledger. How do you keep track of things? So every DAO has a very transparent page. So for IslandDAO, at the moment, I think it's around 32K. And you can see for every treasury we have, of course, you can have multiple ledgers. And in multiple ledgers, you can keep a certain amount of assets. So, that's for blockchain club, we'll keep euro, for example. So you can see in the first wallet, what does it say, the main tag. You probably have $100, 100 euros. You can see how much is distributed around the ledgers, and you can do different type of actions. You can either send, transfer, receive, whatever you want to do. Like, you can get also exposure to lending, for example, as you will do in traditional banks. So yeah, I don't think you can go to Alpha Bank now and get you can lend your $100, whereas in Realms you can get some exposure to lending and earn an APY of, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6%, depending on how much is your risk management. So in general, that's how Realms treasury transparency is. We try to be as transparent as possible to see how the DAO operations are going through. So there's no need to lie to nobody here. You can see how everybody's managing. The next page is about the members of the DAO. So let's say a blockchain club will probably have, 10 members, 100, and now you can check who has the most power here, basically. So what Realms offers to the DAO pages is that you can check now who is part of it, how much power do you hold, and you can attribute an identity to yourself. So you can see some of them, they don't have profiles, don't have a picture, which is normal. You can keep your identity private and only be recognizable on chain. But if you want to let yourself know, you can attach a Twitter account, a Telegram account, how to reach out to you. Okay, I need your vote for this proposal, I need your help, you need consensus. That's how much coordination you sometimes need to make a proposal and pass them. So it's a very easy way to look at a leaderboard as well. So that's how we show it as well. So when you create a proposal, let's say you want to pay salary to someone. You're gonna get a proposal page, and that's how the proposal page looks like, at least one of the tabs. And you can see who voted and who didn't. In this proposal, you can see almost everybody, 50-50 voted in this proposal. Let's say I want to pay $50 as a salary to one of my friends. And first you need to meet quorum. Quorum is the amount of percentage you need to get consensus for this salary to be approved. So it's kind of like a board, and everybody needs to be in agreement. In this case, we had to be 35% in agreement, and you can see how much of 35% of the members are in agreement and who are not. And you can also see who voted, and you can reach out and say why you did vote yes, why did you vote no, why didn't you vote. So we are very transparent on how people vote and the reason to do so. Any questions so far?
Yes, I have.
Go.
Can you please go to the previous slide with the power of people here? I have read an argument here about when we discuss about decentralized ledgers, what we wanted to be from the beginning, as part of our research, let's say,
Yeah.
what we have built, is that we are moving towards a more democratic system where people, besides from transparency, that it's obvious here, there must be some way to differentiate from centralized networks in terms of who has power over taking decisions.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's something that has to do in our centralized democratic society with corruption and stuff like that. Now I see that you implement here something which is more or less in that rate. I mean that the first guy here has the most power over all the others, and that makes him a decision maker.
Yeah.
Instead of the whole, let's say, community in there. How do you manage? How do you think that you can tackle? How do you think you can manage?
So I'll respond to that. It's kind of that's not an easy answer, but Island DAO has a very interesting voting strategy. But in general, on Realms, you are able to set up one-to-one type of voting. So if you have one token, you can have one voting power. There's also type of DAOs where it's by membership. So your voting power will be always one no matter what. These are the type of democratically type of structure you think you want to talk about, or you want, which is not the Island DAO case. Island DAO case is basing it's a different voting strategy where if you have one token and one which equals one voting power, you are able to lock your voting power. So the first guy here, which has 14 million power, which is most likely 40%. 14 percentage. What he did in this Island DAO case, he locked his tokens to get a multiplier on his governance power. So to gain this power of governance, he had to lock his tokens, meaning he had to be committed to his participation for the 4 years. So no matter what he does, he is now committed to be participating in the.
Everyone else could sell their token. He's there. He's still there.
I see.
Now this is a decision for this DAO. Another DAO could be one-to-one. Everybody has the same CFO. The guy who's there every single day, who gets up and cleans and makes sure that everybody's comfortable, has the same voting power as the one guy who's like, turistas. I'm going to come once in a while, με το φραπέ και θα σου πω, and I'm going to tell you τη γνώμη μου. I think you guys should do this.
Another proposal that I could make is that there might be a way to decide whenever you post a proposal for someone to be voted, to have the opportunity to set the rules there.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Every one of, like, a true DAO has a connection between the token, the asset that you purchased, and the ability to change the rules, to change the treasury, to change the program.
yes.
And going back to the first talk, one of the biggest problems we have in our industry now is most of the tokens don't even have a connection to the treasury, the program. What you're doing, like what we're discussing now, is for a very small group of tokens and protocols. So one of the things we need to work on together is to move the conversation to these things. Okay, now that we're voting, how do you vote correctly?
Yes.
But almost, I'm telling you, 99% of the tokens have zero connection to the treasury, to the rules, to the government. Zero, completely zero.
Nice.
So these are the questions that you would expect to have most of the space. And we were there in 2017. We were there in 2020. But now we've moved to, oh, you know what? This one goes up really fast. Guess what? It also goes down really fast because you have no connection to it. So this is why we're focusing on
that somehow.
Another thing that's missing from the slide is the quorum rules. So you might see 14 million governance power on the first one, but because I know the rules of the treasury by heart, I know he cannot pass anything without
Yeah,
campaigning.
the first two guys can't pass anything by
Yes,
themselves.
even the first three guys cannot pass.
Yeah.
anything.
No, there has to be.
So there needs to be campaigning, there is a social aspect behind it. And
Yeah,
Posting here exactly as that.
as Chris was saying, like the quorum to pass a proposal here is 35%. As I said before, like you need 35% of the tokens, which should be 35 million in this case, which requires like at least 5 people for. And as I said before, you need consensus to get this 35%. You need delegation. You need to lock your tokens to get more power. Like you're committed to the cause you're trying to be part of. And he's going to be there forever, while people who join and leave, they have no commitment. They don't need to lock their power, for example. And yeah, that's mostly it, regarding the Realms UI in terms of how a DAO page looks like. I'm going to talk now how we make it possible. It's by making everything programmatically. So Dean had the presentation, the initial one about how to make things not bound by law, which was the Cyprian case, the Cyprian bank, and how make things bound by programs, by execution. So Realms rely in programmatic instructions, which basically the DAOs rely on the program. So every time you want to make a proposal to transfer funds, to pay salaries, to change a program, has to go through the DAO. The DAO owns the program. Like you need to get consensus, everybody needs to agree, either agree or fail to pass, but everybody, not everybody, everything is verifiable on chain. There's no need to hide, it does not gonna fail, because does not rely on people and laws that can be changed. Code is law, basically, and everything can be verifiable on chain. So yeah, you can read also the instructions. For example, the instruction on the left is about staking Solana. So Island DAO is on the Solana ecosystem. Solana is a layer 1 blockchain, and every L1 chain has its own token. So in the left case, we are staking Solana, and the DAO and everybody part of the DAO can see what we are doing. We are not transferring funds, we are not draining the treasury, we are not stealing. You can see on the left side, by reading the instructions, what we are doing. Of course, the left is not that understandable. Like 80% of the room will not be able to understand what we are doing. That's why on the right instruction there, Realms is we have the power, not the power, but we make easier for the user to understand what they're doing. So you can see a little instruction summary, what the program is doing, and we're going to say, this DAO is trying to transfer 2.2 SOL, or staking, or some other type of instruction. Yeah, that means I'm going to touch on some stuff Realms is working on or already worked on. So token streaming is it's a feature and product that Realms is just recently launched, which you can now stream tokens to people or DAOs, meaning you can now pay salaries or lock your tokens for a certain amount of time, and it's verified on chain. You don't rely on nobody but the chain itself, so nobody can steal it from you as well. Draft proposals, it's more like way of life or life tip, meaning you don't need to be 24 hours making a proposal. You can just make a proposal, save it as draft, and send it out whenever you want. The third one is sovereign governance, which is a more complicated feature. It's a market-driven type of governance, which it's not democratically as we were discussing before. Now we rely on markets to make proposal. That is, now you need to put money behind your beliefs and try to make it right. We're going to have a workshop about Sowelian in the afternoon, if I'm not wrong, as well. And the last one is DAO Olympics. So if you're a DAO, if you're a club, if you want to be part of the campaign we are running now, participate, do the quests, do the tasks, and we basically experiment how Realms works. And yeah, one of those last slides I want to touch upon was a way for the students here and the blockchain club how to use the realms. What can you use it for? I have four I have four examples here. So one of them is the NFT gated membership. You can create access to your club by having a token, and that token represents your membership to the club. For example, the event budget voting. If you have a workshop or an event, you can host your treasury in realms, in the ledger, and you can decide how to allocate this treasury. So now 10% for this, 20% for this, and everybody can see, everybody can agree and vote yes. The third one, as I said before, it's a transparent treasury. You can see everything that's happening, how much the blockchain club has in money. If you are maybe, let's say you want to invest in stocks. It wasn't possible before, now it's possible. It's very recent general technology on Solana, where you can have exposure to SP 500 or NVIDIA if you want to buy as a club, as a blockchain club, or a finance club even in the university. You can buy stocks on chain and hold in your treasury.
Or just like a reward system, a free meal from the coffee shop.
Yeah, because as a blockchain club, it's very hard to get permission to get. You need to QIC, you get interactive brokers, you need to send some details, bank, what do you do. Whereas, in realms, you can just buy on chain some stocks and sell them whenever you want. Of course, on the legality of that, it's harder, but I'm just trying to explain what type of exposure financially you can have and way more opportunities than you have right now. And the last one is kind of related to the second one, which was the event planning. It's a prize distribution. So if you have a competition, keep the money here, you have the top 3 winners, and send the money transfer very easily. And that's how you would use realms in a Web 2 way or a Web 3 even from a blockchain club, student type of vision. It's can be very adaptable for whatever you want to use. So yeah, I'm finishing with these little slides. You can explore, you can follow, join the Discord if you have any questions. I can help you getting set up. And if you want to reach out, I can also help you to Telegram. And that's it. Thank you.